Hi everyone, this is Krista with Art Graphics Studio. Welcome to my video. Today we're going to be uploading and assembling a tri-fold Halloween card with eyes, skeleton eyes that light up. So let's get started. If you have not already downloaded your SVG file, you can go to my Etsy shop by going to etsy.com and searching for Art Graphics Studio. Then scroll or search for the SVG you're looking for. If you are a Cricut Design Space user, you may be able to access my free designs. For more information, see my note at the end of this video. Now we'll upload the SVG files. Same location in my case. And there it is. All right, let's add the SVG file to the canvas. Now, before you ungroup them, we want to make sure that they have come in at approximately the right size. One of these squares should be 5 by 5. So let's draw a box and make it 5 by 5. Then we can move it over top of this and make sure that it's about the right size, and it is, so we don't need that anymore. Now we need to ungroup it. And on this back, this base, we need to define these lines as pin lines, and we need to define this one as a score line. So let's highlight the score line, and you see where this box has turned red. That means that I have marked it as a score line. So let's change it to score. Now let's select these lines, and they have turned blue. So let's go to pen and make them pen lines. I'm going to change the color from black to almost any color. It doesn't matter which one, just so we can see them better. Now we're going to select all of this and attach it. Now we're going to do the same for this little box here. This is a score line. We're going to ungroup it and click on the score line, change it to score, and then select both the line and the box and attach those. Now we'll upload our PNG files. So we'll go to Upload, Upload Image, Browse. And my PNG files are in the same place that my SVG files were. And here they are. We'll upload those one at a time, starting with the first one. And this will come in on this screen. It's a complex image, so we'll choose that. We don't have to delete anything from it because it's already been deleted. We'll hit Apply and Continue. And this will be a print then cut image, so we will click on that and upload. Then we'll continue to do that for all the other PNG files. Now we need to add our PNG files to the canvas. We've got them uploaded. So you can select all of them at one time and upload them that way, or add them to the canvas that way, or you can add them to the canvas one at a time. That's just up to you. Pump came in way too large, so we're going to reduce that, and we'll look at that again when we get ready to make our project. Back to Upload and Add to Canvas. Now this came in much too large too. This needs to be a 5 by 5. This is the top part, so it will be 5 by 5. Let's lock that. So it will change it the same size. All right, here we are, 5 by 5. We'll set that to the side and upload the next one, or add the next one to our canvas. This one is also 5 by 5. So once we get it in, we'll lock it and change that to a 5 by 5. And move it out of the way. The next add to canvas will be the middle section. Now the middle section and the bottom section are a little bit different because they have this glue tab. So we'll add that to canvas. Now the tab is 1/2 inch. So this will be 5 inches by 5.5 inches. So we want to keep that unlocked. The width will still be 5 inches and the height will be 5.5. If you want to check that, you can take one of these boxes and place it over that one to see if, make sure it's the same right size, and it is. And we'll do the same thing for the bottom half. We will go to the upload screen, click on the bottom part and add that to canvas. Again, this one has a tab, so we are going to make the width 5 inches and the height 5.5. Now it's time to resize this pumpkin. So he will sit really wherever you want him, but I'm going to put him at the bottom of the bottom part of the card. So I'm going to arrange him, bring him to front so I can see what. Now I want him to be able to, put a little gift card or some cash inside of him. So I want to enlarge that just big enough. This is 3 by 3 basically. So that should be big enough to do what I want. So that's the size I want for him. Now, we've got everything done. We've got our score lines marked, our pin lines marked, and all our sizing done. And now it's time to make it.
So here are our components. We have our base card, we have our PNGs, we have the 2 cover cards, we have our pumpkin, which we will put on the bottom as a card holder or cash holder. We have a little piece of vellum. We have 4 1/2-inch white pieces. We have our acetate cut. We have our battery, which is a CR2032. We have some lights. In this case, it's the Chibitronics, but you can use whatever you have. And we have our copper tape, our double-sided tape, and our double-sided foam tape. We'll begin by starting our copper tape placement. And there are 2 sides. There's a positive side and a negative side. And we're going to start with the negative side. So we're going to peel back the paper. Starting with the negative side, just follow the lines. Now you'll have to turn, kind of make a little turn there on the corner. And continue to follow the negative side until you get all the way to where the battery will be. And overlap the battery by about a 1/2 inch or so. We'll just fold that back for the moment. We'll take a little piece of our double-sided tape and place it on the battery location. Peel back our paper and fold our copper plate against that. And then we will be putting our battery on top of that. Front side up. Next, we want to make our slide. So we're going to peel back our copper tape and put sticky side up through the slit right where that line crosses. Then we will continue to follow our positive. Let's go ahead and burnish that down a little bit. Now we'll continue our next piece through here from the battery through that little slot there, but we'll fold it back on itself. So we'll put that through there. We'll also line it up with the line. And we will fold it back in the opposite direction. Then we will overlap the battery here. About that much. Again, we'll burnish that a little bit. All right, now we want to adhere our lights. Now the lights have a positive and a negative. So we want the positive on top and the negative on the bottom. So we'll peel it off. And when we place it, we want to make sure that the positive is touching positive and the negative is touching negative. And set it right in place where the two eyes will be going. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Now we want to go ahead and enforce or reinforce the copper around the lights. So let's peel a little bit off of the wider and just place it on top of those. Make sure you don't cover up the lights themselves. All right, now we need to make the switch. Take two of the little white squares, fold them in half, now we're going to put them through this slit right here. Side by side, as such. And we're going to take a little piece of, make sure they're all the way to the bottom, we're going to take a little piece of copper tape and run it right across those two pieces on top. Like that. And then pull that switch out. And we're going to be wrapping the copper tape around the switch, flattening it out as you go. Till you've gone all the way around. And you can overlap it a little bit. Now we're going to do the same thing on the top half of that. Right next to where the first one was. Open it up to the next side. And continue to do that until you've gone around all 4 sides. And you want to make sure that the little white card is covered completely all the way around in order for the switch to work right. Then you want to slip 2 sides of the switch into the slit. Flatten them out on both sides. As you can see, when the switch is up, the lights are off. When the switch is down, the lights are on. Now we'll add our piece of acetate. And you want to cut a little piece of double-sided tape. To go on the back end of the acetate. Like that. Then peel off the backing. And we want to lay the crease of the acetate on that line that's drawn there. Next thing you want to do is put a little piece of acetate. First, make sure your switch is all the way to the top, and put a little piece of double-sided, double sticky tape. Peel off the backing, push your switch all the way to the top, and close the card. Line up the acetate so that it overlaps the switch. As you can see, when you open the card, the lights light up, and when you close the card, the lights go off. Now we want to take our other 2 pieces of paper of cardstock. Take our other 2 pieces of cardstock and put a little bit of double-sided tape. Peel off the backing and put it right on top of that switch. Then we want to do the same thing on the other side. All right, there we are. And that's how a switch works. Okay. Now we'll finish. Now we'll put together our 3 pieces of our skeleton. First, we want to fold along the fold line. And then we'll glue the top one to the bottom, to the middle one. I'm going to put some paper clips on that to hold it in place till it dries. Make sure you line those up good. So that the sides match. We'll let that dry, then we'll come back and put the bottom part on. Now you have your notch here so that it doesn't interfere with the mechanism of the card. We want to do the same thing, run a piece of glue on the tab, a little bit of glue on the tab, line it up carefully, and let's put a couple of paper clips on there for it to dry. And while we're waiting for that to dry, let's go ahead and put the vellum on the back of this card. I've used amber vellum, but you could use white if you wanted to. Okay, they should be dry by now. Now that we've got all three pieces together, we want to build up the back. Now the part that has the main part of the mechanism, we want to build that up with our foam tape because that will help take the pressure off of the battery. And we want to put a little tiny piece right here to help hold that corner down. Don't want it to interfere with the acetate. Then we want to do the same thing on the middle part, only we want to do it with the double-sided tape and not with the foam tape. We want to attach our mechanism to our cover. So let's go ahead and pull off one side. Line those up carefully and press down. Now we want to make sure that we don't get our foam tape in the mechanism, so we need to take a little bit of that off. I've got some tape to pull off up here. And then the same thing down here. Let's pull our tape off, our backing off the tape. Make sure that is and fold this down. So here we are, open and closed. Now on the front here, we want to put our decorative piece. And that's just a matter of just gluing that down. We want to be sure we don't get it around the switch though. Put some paper clips on this if you like to if we give it a few minutes to dry. It really doesn't take very long. You can just hold it. Now we can put a decoration here of some kind if you want, or you can just put a piece of cardstock. Okay, I have provided you with a couple of extra squares that you can put on the back if you need to have something on the back. Here's the front, and I've also provided you with this PNG file so that you can use it here. You can use the black here and adorn it however you want to, or put writing on it. And the last thing we want to do is to put our pumpkin that will hold our gift card or our money. And you can either use some foam tape to lift it up a little bit, or you can just glue it only on the bottom and up the sides so that it will still be able to hold the money. I am going to, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of foam tape around it, lift it up a little bit. So I put some foam tape around 3 of the sides, peel the backing off the foam tape, and put it in place. I hope you've enjoyed watching this project, and I hope you enjoy making it for your friends or loved ones. See you next time.
Thanks for watching, and if you find this video useful, don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and notification bell to stay informed about more exciting projects. I appreciate you watching my video, and I will see you next time. If you're a Cricut user, you can access some of my free designs simply by opening the Cricut Design Space, and in the home screen, type in my shop name, Art Graphic Studio, and search. When this next screen comes up, scroll to the bottom and click on my profile. This will bring up my profile page, and all of my shared projects will be listed. Just a note though, if you're not a Cricut Access member, Cricut may want to charge you for any of their components that were used in the original design.